I was so hyped about yesterday's interview, man. Great interview with Warrior Span, Patterson Lumberjacks basketball. But this morning, we have can I say this? We have a basketball genius in the midst. Uh, he's still all business because right now they're in the middle of trials.
Yep.
Um, he's all business yesterday, today, um, in basketball mode because he has to pick the perfect 10 candidates to come on and help continue building at his alma mater. Off the bench sports family, he's not new to us. Please welcome Catholic High Bears, Derrick Jones. What's up, coach?
What's happening, man? You doing all right?
Oh man, you see it. You see it.
Yeah.
Last time you saw me, what I was doing? Crying, huh?
Nah.
I was crying. Stop. No, be honest. Tell the truth.
Yeah, that's right. The game. That's right. Yeah.
I was
Good
crying
battle.
like I was crying like a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crying like a baby. I ain't gonna even lie. Ain't no shame. Ain't no shame in it, bro. You got
Yeah.
you gotta. Hey, people gonna meet me where I'm at now or get left behind.
I understand.
Real spirit. Real
Yeah.
spirit. I can't wait anymore. So, man, I'm gonna ask you this question first because I know because of the many talks we've had how much you love Catholic high school.
Mm-hmm.
You were an energy guy in high school. I seen some clips on you, uh, trash talker, but you guys didn't get to win it all
Mm-hmm.
in your playing days at Catholic High. How much did it mean to finally be able to set a mantle and a trophy in the mantle case that says LHSAA state champions for Catholic High Bears?
It was huge, man. Catholic's been very successful in every sport. We won it again in track this year. Baseball got upset last night, but won it last year. Football's got multiple state championships now. But basketball was a sport that we had never won it. And as a player, we came really close my junior year. Made it to the state championship game. Ran up against a really good team in St. Aug and couldn't get it done. But when I came here, that was the focus. That was the goal, was to win the first ever state championship at Catholic. And it was a really good feeling to see those guys accomplish that. See our guys, fulfill a dream. And uh, it's still like not all the way real to us.
Right.
We're still coming to grips with it.
Man, when we first met and we've talked about this a couple of times, as a coach, you're an energy guy. Like you're a guy that likes to not keep the spotlight on you because you want to be seen, but you told me out of your own mouth that I do this so that the spotlight is not on the kids and the pressure is not on the kids. Your first year at Catholic, you guys didn't get where you wanted to go, but you said, man, I got a good group of kids here that I really believe in that we can win. Come back in year two and you get the job completed. What was your thoughts after finally saying, hey, I got this piece, I got this piece, I got this piece. Now, how do I chop the legs off of the giant?
Well, honestly, I think in years past, Scotlandville has been so dominant. I think too much focus was put on how do we beat Scotlandville, and as opposed to how do we become the best form of ourselves. And I think our focus this year wasn't on beating Scotlandville. It was on being the best version of Catholic High we could possibly be. And if Scotlandville was the team we had to beat to win it, then so be it. And I think that strategy, helped us out. We put the best product on the floor. We didn't say, hey, we need to develop a big man to guard their big man. we just said, hey, we're gonna be us. Our best version of ourselves is 5 guys who we could put on the floor who can all dribble, pass, and shoot. Basically 5 guards, and make them have to match up to us. And I don't think Scotlandville was prepared. I don't think they went through it and said, hey, how do we beat Catholic High? They just, in some ways, when you've won that much, they just probably had it in there, had it marked down. We've already beaten these guys twice. We're gonna beat them again. And I just think the way the ball bounced, we got some fortunate bounces, and we were in a position late in the game to take advantage of a couple things, and our guys made plays and did what needed to be done to win the game. And so I don't think it was so much. I think that was one of the big differences in this year is we focused on being the best version of ourselves, and that put us in a position to be able to compete with a team at that level.
Right, right. So from what I've visualized with my own eyes, when you got back into high school coaching, even at Port Allen, your goal was to play a competitive season to prepare you for the postseason. Have you figured out the means of how to blend the perfect balance of confidence games versus the perfect balance of competitive games to have you guys prepare for district play so that you can be prepared for postseason play? Uh, Again, you guys were 5-5-8 for the longest. 2 years ago, they switched the districts up. What's your is it a strategy behind your methodology of scheduling?
No, I mean, honestly, we just try to play the toughest schedule we can play. I'm not concerned about my career record and uh, what my win loss record is. I don't believe confidence comes from beating people that you're supposed to beat anyway. I think confidence comes from working hard and putting the time in. That's where confidence comes, and two, uh, I think you can still be confident and play a really hard schedule. I don't think it's necessary to play the teams. I mean, sometimes it happens that way, and it kind of frustrates me. You get in a tournament and you expect it to be a higher level of competition, and then the tournament, the opponents you get in the tournament aren't great opponents. But my philosophy on scheduling is schedule hard in the preseason, uh, and and it prepares you for the playoffs. I mean, everything we do is to prepare us for those 5 games or 4 or 5 games in March, and that's been the philosophy we've taken the last 4 or 5 years.
You're a gym rat.
Yeah.
How hard is it for you, or is it hard anymore to get kids to buy in the philosophy of I'm gonna get the keys, I'm gonna unlock the gym. Now here's your opportunity not to show me, but to prove to yourself that I want to be better as a player.
Well, I mean, everywhere you go, kids are different. As they start to get older, kids have different, things that they're involved in. You know, they 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 have different distractions. Girls start to become a distraction. Once they get their driver's license, that's another distraction. Uh, so you got to kind of play, like you said earlier, meet them where they are, and we try to keep the gym open as much as possible. I got a staff that it also loves to be in the gym, so they open it up a bunch for them. One of my assistants gets here at 6 o'clock every morning. So if guys want to get up shots before school, they can. We try to keep it open late whenever we can. One of the problems we face here with so many students and so much going on is access to the gym in the springtime. It's hard for us to get access at times, but you know, the guys that really want to be great at it, they don't just say it. They don't just write it down as a goal on a piece of paper. They actually show up when the gym's open,
Right.
and they separate themselves by the amount of time and the work that they put in. And it's for us. I don't. The thing that they get back from me is, I don't get on those guys when they miss a shot in the game, because I've seen you put in that time. I've seen you put in that work. Some other guys, you take that shot, you don't make it, you might hear something. You might take it out the game, because I haven't seen you in the gym putting in that work. And
Right,
so
right.
that's kind of the give and take when it comes to putting in work. Like I said earlier, confidence comes from work. Not only confidence in yourself, but me as us as a coaching staff having confidence in our players, knowing that this kid's put in the work, and we have confidence. Even though he didn't make that last shot, he's going to make the next one.
Man, it's funny you say that, man, because in your high school coaching career, you coached some really great talent, be it at Port Allen, with someone that was intimately close to you, and Colin Holloway. Um, you were, I'll say this till I die, and his dad agrees, so I can say it. Uh, you were the first person to believe in EJ McQuillan at Port Allen, and you just threw him to the dogs. Like, I know you're going to be great because of where you came from, of whose you came from. Uh, then now you get to Catholic, and you just have guys that they aren't the fastest guys, they aren't the biggest guys, they aren't the strongest guys, but you got guys number 3, number 22, um, Tate McCurry, and you know I'd be remiss if I didn't say Nico Jones. What's it been like to, in such a short amount of time, to coach so many players that don't have the spotlight on them, but all they do is work.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Like, one of the things I told people about the kids at Port Allen is they were high character kids. Like EJ McQuillan graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA. He could have. I mean, he could have gone to school, academically on an
Right.
academic scholarship because
Anywhere.
of the type of kid he is. And same thing here. All of those guys you mentioned here, just high character kids. And sometimes, high character and substance, and those things can outweigh talent at times. And I think that we've seen that, the places I've been as well, where we have not been physically better, but mentally we were better, because we were a little bit tougher mentally, and also just when things got tough, when we hit some adversity, those guys were able to battle through it and fight through it, because they had some substance to them and some fight to them.
Again, because everything I know about sports comes from here. Be it the way you train, the way you play, the way you perceive the game, how your IQ revolves. It's about it being the number says 90% mental,
Yeah,
10% skill, physical.
yeah.
How do you continually get kids? And some of these kids, let's just be honest, they've overperformed of who they are or where they started from when they came into your tutelage and guidance. How do you continue to pump out tough ass kids?
We just try to, one, get them to buy in, get them to know that you believe in them. And I think that relationships are important. Like, you know, once they know that you care about them, and it's more than just basketball. Uh, I think that they're willing to give you a little bit more. One of the big things we did this year, late in the year, and I think it really was a turning point in our season, was just met with all of them individually, and just really had a heart to heart with every kid, and just told them what we thought about them, the good, the bad, just laid it all on the line. I try to be really, really honest with our guys. You know, whether it's good feedback or negative feedback. Try to be really honest with them. Some kids just knowing how to coach kids. Some kids need to be screamed at and yelled at. Some kids, sometimes you need an arm around them and, just whispered in their ear, "Hey, man, you need to pick it up." And just kind of learning. And I think one of my biggest strengths as a coach is just learning them as people and kind of trying to learn, what makes them go, what buttons to push, when to push it, uh, and just having a feel for them as people, and then having a feel for the game. And I think, but our kids, in some ways, man, I get a lot of credit for having won these championships, but I mean, you don't win without great players. And I've been, like you said, blessed. They may not, their games haven't all translated to the next level. They're not high major D1 players, but for the high school level, the kids we had this year, my seniors we had this year, they brought it every single night. Uh, they weren't always at their best, but they were always together. They always had the team at the forefront of their brain. They were willing to sacrifice, scoring numbers or starting opportunities for what was best for the team. I had one kid, kind of Green, who ended up being the most valuable player in the championship game. He didn't start most of the year. He played behind a sophomore. Never complained about it. Never had a bad attitude about it. Just when it was his time to go in the game, he went in the game. He did his job, and he handled it like a grown man. And you gotta when you have those kind of kids, it makes your job that much easier.
Right. When I look at, can we talk about something?
Sure, but
Uh, you know it's coming, right? So, you guys win. You guys win. You guys beat the best team in the state for the last 10 years. Period. With the exception of 1 year, Rabel goes 36-0.
yeah.
Collinville has been the best team in the state, period. And so my phone rings several times. Man, you heard Derrick Jones was going back to college? Me being me, Derrick Jones, where you going? Man, I'm staying at Catholic. Not going anywhere. Did you honestly get offers to go back to the next level?
I mean, I get calls every year. Friends of mine that I work with. And, you know, I didn't get any offers, but every year it's if I wanted to do it, if I pursued it, I could. But I'm happy, man. Coaching high school basketball, I get to coach my son. I get to spend a ton of time with my youngest son and my wife. Uh, you know, just it's been it's been it's been good to get back and have been able to control my own time and not always have to be working. And so I put a lot of time into this, but I also enjoy time with my family. And I don't see myself going anywhere anytime soon.
So that means and not, yeah, you're a competitor. Hell, that's just who you are. You
Yeah,
you you competing against yourself and how perfectly, just say right now, I bet you thought in your mind, how can I perfectly drink this swig of water?
yeah,
Like that's me. We competitors, man. We
yeah,
compete.
yeah.
Is it a number that you would be happy with within yourself in saying, hey, if I win 7 more state championships, that I'll be considered as one of the greatest high school coaches ever in the state of Louisiana?
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's how it works. I mean, if you're going off of just numbers, I mean, you know, I think it goes off of who you won with. Or it's not always did you win a state championship. Did you develop talent? Did you make guys? Did you take guys that weren't necessarily great players and make them better? Uh, were you able to help in 10, 15 years from now, what are the guys you coach? What are they doing? What are they doing now? Are they productive citizens? Are they did they learn in your program? Are they better men 10, 15 years from now because they played in your program? Because I think high school coaching is so much more than, it's not just a business of like college coaching is. College coaches is, you're paid to win basketball games, and whatever you got to do to win basketball games within the rules, that's what those guys are doing. And uh, this is about developing young men, and making preparing young men for what comes after high school. Uh, so I don't know if there's a number I can put on it. I just try to be the best we can every year, put my team in position to win every year, and leave that the debates up for everybody else.
Say, say when you said that, bro, when you said legally win within the rules,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, man, what happened to all these dudes that be cheating?
Yeah, well, the good ones, the ones I consider good coaches, they still work within the rules. But yeah, you got some of them that just do whatever it takes. So
Too funny, bro. Too funny. So let's switch gears again, man. You're getting a good bit of the kids back from your state championship um, team this past year. Uh, School year is almost out,
yep,
which means that summer league is around the corner. We
yep,
all live for and love summer league because it gives us a precept of what each team may possibly look like in the next basketball season.
yep.
Do you guys at Catholic have a routine that you started to where we're going to practice X amount of days, we're going to play X amount of games, it's X amount of skill development days within those practice days, X amount of weightlifting days in those practice days, or weightlifting in its own territory? Uh, how do you put a functionality test to building for the fall?
Yeah. Right now we're lifting 3 days a week and just kind of open gym, like letting them play pickup, get up and down whenever the gym's available. And next, not next week, but the following week, we'll start kind of some team practices, and then we'll play in a bunch of team camps this summer. Uh, so we'll end up playing about 20-25 games total. And we have a schedule where we practice 2 or 3 days a week. We lift weights 2 or 3 days a week, 3 days a week, uh, and we make sure the guys taking care of their bodies, getting bigger, faster, stronger, and then we're getting some just skill work in as well. That's our practices are more skill, like dribbling, passing, shooting than anything. And we'll do a little bit of team stuff in the summer. We don't really emphasize. We just play man-to-man defense and motion offense. We're not trying to just trying to get them games really and develop some cohesiveness because you have new guys you're working into the to the lineup. We're gonna have we returned 4 guys with a ton of experience, but everybody else is new to varsity for us. They're talented. This is going to be my most talented team at Catholic, but that doesn't always equal your best team. It just we have to come together, and guys have to learn their roles, and that's what the summer is going to be about for us.
Is 25 a cap number, or could you possibly play more games in the summer? I've heard coaches say, well, we play 35, we play 40 games because we want them to see what the grind of a season is during the summer. How'd you
Yeah,
come to 25?
I've done that. In the past we played 30 games because I thought our guys were so inexperienced that they needed to play games. This group is not like that. Like all these guys play AAU basketball, sometimes I worry about them playing too many games. So we kind of took it down a little bit because I just worry about their bodies like not getting the rest. They play the season from basically you go October to March. Then from March to April, March, April, May, they're doing AAU. June, they're doing Summer League, 25 games of Summer League. Then July, you're doing AAU again.
Right,
August, you got August, September, you're doing skill development and waiting. So they never get to rest. And their
right.
bodies are always doing the same thing. So I wanted to scale back on it. 25 probably is too much. But, we got so many guys we're trying to get in. Some of our guys that played a lot of minutes last year, they're only going to play about 15 games because they play so much. They need to rest in June, and then we'll play some of those other guys, those younger guys, more and get a look at them, give them a chance to be evaluated, see where they are, let them know what they need to work on, as we go into the fall, that kind of thing.
I know by district you'll be in full. I'm gonna play the best players to
Yeah.
win district, and coaches like you, Jeff Jones, Casey Jones, you know, Jeremy Madison, Nate Roche, Micah Hagans, now Warrell Span. You guys don't play to win district championships. You're not disappointed if you don't win state, but that's your ultimate goal. What's the little things that you have to piece together to finish the deal again for Catholic Bears basketball?
This is going to be very different. Like basically, you're losing three seniors that played a lot and did a lot. A lot of the ball handling. There were three of our better shooters. They did a lot of decision making stuff in our offense. Our personnel changes. So we're not necessarily going to have five guards on the floor. So we have to change our offensive system a little bit. So it's going to be different. We're going to tinker with some things and play with some things this summer as far as style of play and just kind of see what it looks like. But I'm excited about this group. It's a really talented group. They're really eager and they're competitive. And I think our practices are going to be really competitive. Uh, so I'm excited about this group. And you basically got the same team the next 2 years. So you really can shape and mold them.
Right, man. Hey, I want to thank you, man, for coming on and being openly candid
Yeah.
about your life and your career
Yeah.
at Catholic going forward. That's something you didn't have to do,
Yeah.
and so I'm thankful for it. And you're always candid. That's who Derrick Jones is. Uh, Man, keep winning, keep building, keep growing our young men
Yeah.
into productive citizens. Uh,
Appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for having
man.
me on.
Hey, what you got? Give me something good. Give me a good quote. Give me a good quote.
Got nothing, man. I
Got
got nothing. I
nothing?
appreciate you, man. I got to
Thanks.
run to this class.
All right, thanks.
All right.
And I stay under time.
You
Thanks.
did.
Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.
Later, man.